forward. All right, that's, you just need the formula that you need there is area of a rectangle, and that you all should know by now is length times the width. So now the question is saying find that shaded area in each of the following. That shaded area is that one there. So to do that, I'm going to get the area of the big rectangle. I'm going to just call it area B for big. That one is length times width, and I know the length of the whole thing is 14 times 16, and I get 224 meters squared. Then I get the area of the small is length times width. I get 8 times 10, or 10 times 8, and that's 80 meters squared. Then from there, if I want the area of the shaded, the area of the shaded part, called area shaded, equals area big minus area small. Do you see how I'm communicating my ideas like that? That's how your work should look like in the exam. Then that area, big minus small, is 224 minus 80. And my answer is 144 centimeters squared. The units are in meters. So meters squared. Final answer. Any questions with that one?
Yeah.
Okay. So for this part B, area, now what you need two formulas here. You need area of a rectangle is length times width, and you also need an area of a triangle. That's a half times base times height. All the dimensions have been given to you. Now I got a question, should I convert this to meters? You only would need to convert if you had different units in there. Can you see everything is in centimeters? So we can just leave it in centimeters. Now, if that's 9 centimeters, this is a square, so that's 9 centimeters, everywhere 9 centimeters. Area of the rectangle is length times width, and that is 9 times 9, which is 81 meters, or centimeters, sorry, centimeters squared. Area of the triangle is a half times base, which is 5, times height, which is 5. I should have written the formula first. A half times base times height, I get a half times 5 times 5. My answer then is 12.5. 12.5 meters, centimeters squared. So the area of the shaded region, I'll call it area shaded, equals, and again that's that shaded area I'm looking for, the one in blue there, is 81 minus 12.5, and my answer, final answer, 68.5 centimeters squared. Remember, area always units are in centimeters squared. If it was volume, it'd be cubed. Any questions? So that one just used another formula, which was area of a triangle. All right. Now this last one I want you to pay particular attention to. This one takes in the area of a circle, and it can be a bit tricky. Now, here you'll need to use area of a rectangle, length times width. You'll need to use area of a circle, which is pi r squared. Now, area of a rectangle, we're just going to get that rectangle. I'll highlight the first part I'm going to get, because I want to get the area of this whole shape first. Then I'll subtract out those two circles. So, area of this kind of whole shape there, everything, there is basically, I'll get the rectangle first, that 10 times 8. So area of the rectangle, I'll call this part 1. Area of the rectangle will be length times width. That one is simple, 8 times 10, and I've got 80 centimeters squared. Now I've got that rectangle part, but can you see on the right hand side, I've got that semicircle, right? I need to get the area of that semicircle. So I'll say area of semicircle is pi r squared. The area of a whole circle would be pi r squared. but I have to divide that area by 2 to get the semicircle. So if I go there, I've got pi times 4 squared, which is pi times 4 squared, that's 50.27 centimeters squared. Now if I want to get the area of the whole figure, I'll call it whole image, is 80 plus 50.27. So I've got the area of the whole part. There are different ways you can do this. So I've got 80 plus 50.27. I've got 130.27 centimeters squared. So now I've actually got the area of this whole thing, everything in that circle there, in that diagram, that whole area, including those 2 circles that are not shaded. I want to get rid of those circles. So I've got one circle with the radius of 3, and I've got another circle with the radius of 2. If you can see those circles there. Now I want to get the area of those circles. So I'll just call this part 2. I'll say area of the small circle, that one had a radius, that area is pi r squared. Area of that small circle was pi times 2 squared. That's the one I'm doing now. I'm doing that one first, then I'll do the bigger circle with the 3 later. Okay, that is pi times 4 or pi times 2 squared, and I get 12.57 centimeters squared. Then the area of that big circle is pi r squared. The radius was 3, and so I do pi r squared on my calculator, and I get 28.27 centimeters squared. And so now the total area of the circles of the 2 circles, 12.57 plus 28.27, I got 40.84. So now I've got the total area. I've got the area of this whole image at the top here. That's the first thing I calculated, and I've also got the area of the 2 circles that I want to remove, those small circles. What I do from there is the area of the shaded part. Area of shaded equals area of the whole image, the one in yellow, minus area of the 2 circles. So I've got 130.27 minus 40.84. So that was the yellow part, 130.27, and the blue part, 40.84. And I get 89.43 centimeters squared. Final answer, area of the shaded part.